We have some journalists in the room here from Austria, and we'll also have some media from the UK on Zoom. So what we'll do, we'll start off with any questions we have in the room here. If you raise your hand, and we'll come to you. Thank you. Do you have any questions in the room, or would you just like to listen to the Zoom press conference that we're... It sounds like you're going to listen to the Zoom. Okay, so we'll go over to anything here. And we'll start off with Mark Owen, who's got his hands up. Mark Owen on the Zoom call.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Hi. You got the 3 points you wanted, but you got away with one of it tonight, didn't you?
We can't hear you, Mark.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, now.
I was saying you got the result you came for tonight, but you were probably a bit lucky to come away with all 3 points, do you think?
Well, obviously, we knew it was going to be a difficult match. We made it a little bit harder in the beginning with a few decisions that we made, and obviously with the goal that we conceded, which, if anything, it's obviously my fault because I demanded to do those things. But I really like the reaction. I think the second half we understood much better the spaces that we have to attack. We play with more purpose. We generated much more, even if we conceded as well a late chance with another misunderstanding at the back. But in general, I think we scored 2 good goals. The second one was fantastic, and we are delighted to start the phase with a victory.
Can I just ask, that Vern looked a bit uncomfortable with the ball at his feet, but you seem to be persisting in this playing out even when the ball's under pressure.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and it's a part of our game model. We need to understand when we can do that and when we should kick the ball to the stand, which is a big part of what we are trying to do. But to recognize that from the outside is much easier than inside. He tried to do that. He has the courage to do it. We've been very successful at doing it as well, with the amount of goals that we have scored even in important games. So we need to find the right balance, but I will keep encouraging them to do it in the right moment.
Okay, Sam Dean from the Daily Telegraph.
Hi, Mikel, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Just on that Leno, on that goal, do you have to just accept that's the risk that can happen with this style of football? You know, you've scored 3 or 4 goals like that in just a few weeks, and then you can see one. Is that just balance you have to accept that it might happen?
Yes, absolutely, but they will understand as well better and better the type of balls that we have to play in those areas and to who in relation to where the pressure is coming and the type of distances that you can manage from the opponent. And after that, everything will be better. But obviously, it's a split in a second. You have to make a decision. You have to get the right touch, the right pass. And the opponents as well are intuitive and they are waiting for that. So, again, it's something that we have to keep working, because if we want to play the way I want to, it's necessary that a keeper is involved in our build-up play.
It was a very impressive first start from Thomas Partey in midfield. Were you surprised by how quickly he settled in there? He looked like he'd been there for years.
Yes, to be fair, he looked really solid, really comfortable, and I think he held midfield by himself in the second half as well, when we were a little bit more open and we started to take more chances attacking certain spaces with some players. But I think he was fantastic tonight, and there is much more to come from him, obviously.
Okay, thanks, Sam. We'll go into James Benge.
Hi, Mikel. You say that there's much more to come from him. Is there a challenge for you now, to both for his teammates, for Partey himself, and for fans, to keep the expectations around him under control? Because you're going to be playing teams that are maybe of a higher calibre very soon, and will need Partey to play well.
Yes, of course, but he needs his teammates around him. You know, it's not about him. Obviously, we know that with the price that we play for him and the profile of the player that he is, that he's going to have a lot of people looking at him every single game. But this is about the structure we have as a team, the flow, the unity and the cohesion that we need in our team, and he's one piece of that part, and yeah, hopefully it's a big piece.
Okay, we'll move to Ian Bolton from Sky Sports, please.
Hi.
I don't know whether you know, but Mesut Ozil said he was supporting the team in front of the TV before the game. He was predicting you a 4-1 win. He was very supportive when Leno made the error that led to the goal that you conceded. Is that good to know, or?
This is great. This is great. This is what I want from all the players that are in our squad. I don't expect anything different to that, so it's good to hear.
Do you find it frustrating at all that there is so much talk about Mesut?
No, I think it's part of the situation when we have big players in this position. It's normal that that people want to know, fans want to have information, and you guys have to ask the questions. So I take it in a natural way. I try to respond with honesty and clarity and give the information that is available from the inside.
Okay, if there's no more questions about tonight's match, if we could just go on to an embargo for 10:30 Friday UK, just for a couple of questions for the Leicester City preview, if that's okay. Can we move to Mark Mann-Bryans from the Press Association?
Hi there, Mikel. There's obviously a lot of talk tonight about the Thomas Partey performance, but I think it'd be fair to say Gabriel was outstanding again at the back. How key is it that you've highlighted those two positions that are essentially the spine of any team, and you've gone out there and got the players to build around almost?
Well, when we made all the preparation to try to find the right profile of players to improve our squad, we found those two players. There's a lot of work behind that from a lot of people at the club in terms of recruitment, the sporting director, and obviously the support that we got from the board and the ownership to acquire them. So we are really happy, and we can see it's a bit early to say that, but that we have recruited what we thought that we were recruiting, which is always positive.
You've already played Leicester this season, but can you take much from the Carabao Cup game, given the teams were so different back then?
Well, the teams will be different, as you say. Formations can change as well. So let's see what happens. We know that it's going to be a really competitive match again. It's a team that has evolved a lot in the last year or so. They had an incredible season last year, and it's always a challenge to play against them. So we are expecting again a big battle on Sunday.
Thanks, Mikel.
Okay, Simon Collins from the Evening Standard.
Hi, Mikel. I'm just going to ask, I mean, in the build-up to this, there was a bit of criticism of Aubameyang because he hadn't really scored, and I think he even posted something on social media about, the critics he gets. I mean, do you find it strange that happens to a player of his calibre, that he gets the criticism he does when he goes 2-3 games without scoring a goal?
No, because the expectations for him is that he has to score a goal every game, so this comes with the nature of the big player that he is, what he's done in the past, obviously, and what people are expecting in the future, and he needs to handle with that, and we are here to support him when difficult times come around him.
Just one on Jamie Vardy's been touch and go for Sunday. He's got a phenomenal record against Arsenal. How big a difference will it be if he plays or doesn't play on Sunday?
I don't know. We cannot control that. We know what he's done over the years and his history with Arsenal, but not only Arsenal as well, with every big team. I think that the amount of goals that he has scored, and he's a big threat, obviously, and if he plays, we know what to expect from him.
Okay, Charles Watts from Goal.
Hi, Mikel. Just touching on Auba again, I think he was on the pitch for 29 minutes tonight, and he had half as many shots as he had in all of his league games already so far this season. Is that, I mean, it sounds easy to say, but is that like the key? You've got to get chances for him to actually score goals, and that's the thing that's been lacking so far.
Yeah, he needs to get in more goal scoring opportunities. He needs to get the ball more around the box in order to do what he's able to do tonight. Obviously, it's a different game than the ones we played against some of the big teams that we have already played this season. If you look at our fixtures, we already play 5 games out of 7 against top opposition. That is the same for him, or Agüero didn't have a shot on target as well on the weekend, so it's not an isolation just on our player. But yeah, tonight he was promising. I asked him before the game, come in and win the game for us, and he's done it, so I am happy.
I think it's easy when he goes games without a goal. The old argument of should he be playing in the centre comes up every single
That's
time.
always going to happen, and I'm waiting for that one. The moment he doesn't score, he needs to play as a 9. If you play him as a 9, why you don't keep him on the left? Because he's been so successful on the left. So this will happen, I know.
Okay, everyone. Thanks ever so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.